up, everybody? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noah West. I'm a designer here at Adafruit. Joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Pedro's Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring Grogu and Darksabers.
Yes, and Party Parrots. Welcome
Yes.
everybody to the show. We're hanging out in the Discord chat room. If anyone would like to join us while we're doing the show live, you can drop in some banter, comments, suggestions, questions, and memes. We love GIFs and GIFs and GIFs. All are good. But welcome everybody. We're going to take a few moments to greet those lovely folks that say hello in the morning.
We are hanging out at discord.gg/Adafruit. I think we're about to hit 23,000.
I thought it was like
people.
53,000. Is it 23?
That's not what the email said. I think it was 23. Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know. Sorry.
I didn't see the graphics.
Thank you to all you thousands of lovely
Come hang out at the Discord. Shout out to everybody hanging out. Mike P. We got Yanni hanging out. Jim Hendrickson, Duwester, Mike P. Rosin over on the YouTube chat. We have Ferrix01.
Hi.
Rolves,
Hi.
Patricia, Hansen, Simple Slayer, Connor, Nick Carter. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night to everybody hanging out all over the world.
Sweet.
3D Electronic. Good morning.
Cool, everybody. Hello and welcome to the show. We're going to do some housekeeping in the morning. We can pay some bills, and hopefully you can get some fun deals going on. So let's head over to adafruit.com/free. Jumping right into it, you can see we got some tiers, some free things that get automatically added to your cart. Again, adafruit.com/free. Let me run through those tiers. For orders, if you spend $99 or more, you will get a free half-size Perma Proto breadboard. If you order if you make an order for over $149, you get that Perma Proto half-size breadboard plus a randomly selected Stemma QT breakout board. If you have an order with Adafruit, we'll make sure you don't get the same one twice. And if you spend over $200, you'll get the Stemma QT breakout, the Perma Proto half-size breadboard, and free ground UPS shipping for continental US only. Limited time only, yes. We're working on getting more shipments from places and for having more CMD21 things. So hopefully we can have more Circuit Playgrounds, Blue Fruits as a freebie in the future. But in the meantime, you can still get your free things. Cool. Heading over to the jobs board at jobs.adafruit.com. You can find out all of the latest listings for some cool gigs. You can create your profile for free. And if you're an employer, you can post it up. And Lamar and Mr. Lady Ada, they approve all these things. They look through all the jobs. The latest I see here is a creative engineer/fabricator for mechatronics at ShopCat in the Brooklyn, New York area. And that's a contract position. So check this out. There's many more. If you are in the market for a new job or a new gig, check that out at jobs.adafruit.com. Once a week, we have a newsletter that's focused on the new products. We call it the new newsletter. So you can check that out at adafruit.com/a-newsletter. Adafruit daily newsletters come to your inbox daily, sometimes weekly. Shout out to everybody who subscribed to the Python and Microcontrollers newsletter. It's our favorite one. And shout out to Ann Barella, and PT, who spearhead and write up every week a lovely newsletter. And if folks are out there and you want to share your Python-related projects, you can do so by hitting up Ann Barella or csp@adafruit.com. Cool. What else did I have? I think that's it, right? Cool.
That is all.
Yeah, that's all for the housekeeping. Thanks for sticking in there. We're going to jump into the show. This week's project. Are we ready?
All right. This week's project is an awesome UV meter.
Yay! So this is a fun collab project with Liz. It is a little mini UV meter. We 3D printed a case, and we're using black LED acrylic to diffuse the LEDs. So I don't have it turned on, but it's running a Py RP2040 and a PDM microphone, which is really cool. So this is the case. I have it plugged in here through USB, and just to kind of get it going, let's get a little USB battery bank, and we'll charge this up here. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. So this is what it looks like, and it's reacting to our levels. The closer you get to it, the more it'll show levels. So I kind of have a little demo here. This is really nice to kind of pair this with musical projects. So I have here a little kind of music box that we made a little bit ago with the Neo Trellis. I just got some samples here. So this is you can use this with all sorts of different things, obviously, but it's a really fun visual display, and it's a relatively simple build. Yeah, the black LED acrylic is one of our favorite materials to use for diffusing stuff. It all snap fits together, so we have a little thing in the back here. This is the cover, and you have a little hole here exposed for the microphone. Here's how you connect the PDM microphone. It's not actually a Stemma like I2C. It's using TX line, but that's all documented in our Learn Guide. So you got two different things here. You got the NeoPixel power, ground, and data, and then you have the 4 wires for the PDM mic. And that gets secured here with some screws, and the QT Py just kind of snap fits in here. It's all written in CircuitPython. Liz put the code together, and we'll walk through it in a little bit here. But really, really simple kind of construction. There's a little grid inside here that isolates the NeoPixels, and then you have access to the USB-C port here, and it holds pretty well. Oh, I think let me turn it on again. There's like a accelerometer here. When you shake it, it like rejiggers the the thing.
Let the beat drop.
And we could do that all day, but that's the little demo just to let you guys know how it works. You could do any assortment of things, like all audio works, obviously. It's really, really fun to kind of have it and play around with it. You get the point, right? So it's a lot of fun, and I've been having a lot of fun with it, just kind of having it in the background when I'm like jamming out. It's a really nice little visual. I mean, if you're listening to music in the background, it's kind of fun to have it on your desk or whatnot. But this could be scaled up if you want to add more NeoPixels, or make it even smaller, or scale it up, scale it down. You can just change up the code and just add more NeoPixels, and then kind of customize the colors if you want to do different ranges of audio. So that's really fun. Yeah, so let's jump into, I guess, the Learn Guide, or should we take any questions if there's any questions?
It's just comments so far. Everybody likes. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Rolfs is quickly asking, can you adjust the sensitivity?
Absolutely, you can adjust the sensitivity.
We'll go over it during the code page for the Learn Guide.
Exactly.
And then DeWester says this would be perfect for his Pi Boy, the one little Pi Boy wearable that John made. He's
That's
printing
super cool.
that out.
Yeah,
he wants to add that to it.
I'm really
so cool.
psyched about
Yes.
the code, because you don't necessarily need to have it in this format. Let's say you want to integrate this into your actual instrument or some other display. It'd be really cool to have this in a different part of your project. But I've been seeing these light bars on like Alibaba and things like that, and I've been wanting to get one for myself. And they're a little bit smaller, but I figured it'd be fun to DIY your own. Use a QT Py and a strip of NeoPixels. So using the strip of NeoPixels is really good here, because you just wire up one strip as opposed to individual LEDs. So that's how I did that one. Imagine this with like a NeoPixel ring or a NeoPixel, a different shaped NeoPixel. So you can do all sorts of fun things with it. Yeah. And the PDM mic is in the back there. So yeah, you can play around with all sorts of things. I guess we can deconstruct it, maybe take it apart. Should we take
it looks super cool on the inside to see how the lights are being separated with the grid.
Right. Let me struggle to get this open. We have
tweezers.
Yeah. So I mean, it has a nice snap fit, but you could always use like a spudger tool to pop it open. There we go. And you can see how it works now. So I have this little kind of cover that secures the PDM microphone and the QT Py. And on the back here, you can see the NeoPixel strip is a mini skinny NeoPixel strip. This is the 144 per meter. So they have that specific spacing there. I have a reel of this stuff. I really like these NeoPixels because they fit in the smallest places. You could swap this out for a different NeoPixel, like maybe the 5050 packages. They're double the size of these, I believe, right? Or these are 50/50. Sorry, I can't remember. Sorry, I don't remember.
We have even smaller ones, the ultra.
Ultra, yeah, but these are the mini skinny ones, and you can see here. You could glue this here, but the grid, the 3D printed grid, has recess, a little cutout, and that allows the strip to kind of press fit in there and just lays in there. So the grid is kind of special. I designed because there's a snap fit nubbin here and here on these sides. This kind of pops out like this at an angle like that, and then you can see it's a little bit flexible because of the way I printed it. So you can see it's just this little bar here. This is the bottom layer, and you can see it just prints up. The reason why I have these open is so that you can flex it and pop it into the case. So that's how that grid works. The NeoPixel, the black LED acrylic, you could laser cut this or CNC mill it. I CNC milled it, and we offer a template. So if you want to score it, you can use a scoring tool and then kind of snap it off and print out a 2D template for it. But this is the black LED acrylic that we stock. Other places will have different thicknesses. Ours is like a particular thickness, and it has a really nice diffusion look to it. It's not too dark and it's not too light. So let's go ahead and plug this back in without the grid, and then just kind of look at the thing. We're gonna need some audio here. You can't really see it because of the way it is, but I have it set pretty low. Like I have this 0.1 brightness, but you can kind of see it there. So yeah, this is what the diffused LEDs look like without the grid. Big difference, right? So definitely the grid is very useful in this case. So let's see if I can place this over here. I need somebody to talk. Hello, hey, what's up everybody? I'm doing a test here. Hello. See how the magic is. It's like magical. And of course, the more distance you have, the more kind of soft the diffusion looks, but pressed right up against it, you can really see those grills, those lines defined there. So yeah. Yeah, so that's my jam, black LED acrylic. You got your grid. I've done so many projects now with these grids. Those two in the back there kind of show that off, where you can 3D print a grid, a different style of grid. So yeah. So that's a quick look at the construction of the 3D printed parts. Let's go ahead and put all this back together. You want to start with the cover. The cover has a lip here, so you want to put your black LED acrylic with the matte side down, shiny side up. Okay, so it is a one-sided thing. Just press that in, clicks in there like that. Nice, nice. Next thing is to grab this guy here, and you want to have this flat surface facing down and these open fins facing up. I'm just going to press that in there. So now it's in there. Has a little bit of a loose tolerance in there, so it's not too tight to pop it in and out. So then the next thing I'll do is I'll wrap this. You see there's a notch there in this cover, and that's so that you can wrap this around there just like that. And the idea is that you want to make sure that this case, you see that hole there, that's for the USB-C port. So this is incorrect, so let me rotate that. Just like that, and now I have my USB-C port facing the correct direction. So I'm going to pop this, let's unplug it for a second. And what I recommend is like kind of lining this up first here. What have I done? Yeah, as long as you get this kind of in there, you should be able to just kind of press that in. A lot easier to install than it is to take it out, right? Okay, so that should line it up, like it just kind of lines up on its own. There you go. You can see it lines up pretty good. Hey, what's up? Hello, hello. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. All right. And then this guy here, just make sure that that hole lines up with the PDM microphone there. And then just push that in there firmly. And there you go. There is your light bar. Simple construction, easy to take it apart, easy to put it together, even easier to put it together. So that's a quick look at it. You could make it thinner if you want. You could reduce the height of the grill, but I find like this is okay. It's nice. That's fine. But you could play around with different sizes and things.
Yeah, everybody's saying thumbs up to DeWester's idea of adding it to the pit, boy. That'd definitely be cool. And then Yanni is saying that this would be excellent for like a little DJ project. So he posted like a GIF, and I'm posting what's his name, Rex from Galaxy's Edge.
Ah, yes.
DJ guy there. And then Mr. Mystery is saying this is a really good double split experiment. You know, the light where it splits. Maybe a little way to do that.
Sorry, I'm just...
And that's some good commentary from DeWester saying, this is like magic. He says,
so,
this is so cool, yeah. And again, the DeWester saying that the magic is where you watch explaining the future. What's his name? I know this dude's name.
Explaining the Future?
Yeah, what's his name? Explaining the Future.
Oh, I forget his name. He's a
English
Brit.
fellow.
Yeah, English fellow.
But he's just explained how when you talk about magic, it's not understanding technology. He lives in a world of magic. Even when you understand it, like every time I go through like see the peppered ghost effect like at the Haunted Mansion, you know how it's working.
Right, but it's still magical.
When you're watching it, it's still like so magical. Yes, Chris Barnett. Yes.
Chris Barnett. Yay.
Like every time I go through Figment and you see that freaking butterfly disappear, you know there's a mirror there, but it just looks so seamless.
Looks good, yeah, it's a seamless effect. It's magical. These lights are magic.
Yeah.
How?
All right, let's go ahead and jump into the learning guide. We'll take a look at the code requested by Trolls.
All right.
Sensitivity.
So if you head over to learn.adafruit.com, you'll see this is in the latest guide section. You could also search for it. So again, this is a huge shout out to Liz Clark. She wrote the code for this one.
Yeah.
And the overview has all of the parts listed. Most of them are in stock, I believe. You can get the black LED acrylic, the QT Py, our favorite RP2040 board, the PDM microphone, this nice small one, the NeoPixel strip. About the NeoPixel strip, I believe you can get, let's see if you can get a whole reel or a small reel. No, I guess you got to get the whole reel. There's some of the other, if you want to remix it, you can use some of the more, some of the less expensive ones. I think you get a 60 NeoPixel strip, and you can get like a 1 meter for like $25. So, but experiment. If you have your own NeoPixel strip, LED strip, you know, you can adapt it. I imagine a lot of folks who can adapt this to their own LED strips because it's kind of particular. But other than that, you got all the recipes here to make your audio reactive NeoPixels. What else? I think that's about it for the parts. So let's head over to the circuit diagram just real quick as a visual representation of how the components are wired up. You just got 3 wired connections for the NeoPixel strip. You got 4 for the PDM microphone. I like the PDM microphone here has the built-in 4-pin SH JST connector. We don't want to call it Stemma QT because that would imply that it's I2C. It is not R2C. It is a couple of pins, clock and data here. Yeah, so that's how that's working. And you can reference the wiring diagram if you're adapting it to something else. All right. Over onto the CircuitPython page, this is going to walk you through installing CircuitPython, the latest version of CircuitPython on your RP2040 QT Py board. This just walks you through getting the boot loader loaded, and then just dragging and dropping the UF2 file to update and install CircuitPython. So yeah, this just kind of walks you through every little thing. If you're new, you want to walk through the whole thing. But if you already know the song and dance, you can just get right to it, to the coding part. All right, here is the code. So it is available on GitHub. You can use the project download bundle to download all of the libraries that it needs. It's just 2 libraries, the Simple IO and NeoPixel. Bus IO and Math and Array are all built in to CircuitPython, so that's really nice. Here in the NeoPixel setup, that's where you want to, if you're using a different pin, you want to change that. NeoPixel number, that's where you want to change the number of NeoPixels. We have it by default set to really, really low brightness. Because it's a camera thing, but you can get that crank it pretty bright and it'll blow out all the cameras. So here's the function to average the mic levels. So that's all printed out here. a sample rate. Here's how you're setting up your audio microphone, so you haven't done that yet. This is what you can use. Here's the variable to hold the previous mic level. All the comments are here, so folks that are new to code, like me, can read through it and try to understand what's going on. But this is where you want to change your colors. So if you want, so each NeoPixel is kind of defined here, so that this is the array for like holding the colors. So if you want to add more colors, this is where you would want to add your color arrays. And if you want to use like the NeoPixel library, the LED animation library, you could make it so that these colors are pulling from that. But we figured it'd be better just to kind of just use the NeoPixel library, not the LED animation library. But you could do that. So in the loop, this is where you want to change some stuff out. If you want to change the range under the magnitude value here, this is where you can change that up. And yeah.
While you're on that, quick question from Mike P. Could this be extended more like an equalizer display? So I'm guessing each one of these would have like one for bass, one for treble, one for mids. Or would that be difficult to extract the certain ranges? Like, is there a way to say only these low frequencies and only these high frequencies?
Not with this particular one, because I think we're just taking like the average of like the total input. So it's very, very simple in that term. So if you want to do that, you take a look at one of the other audio visualizer that we made with the LED matrix. And that code is a little bit more advanced, but if you're comfortable with that, that shows you more of a spectrum of different audio frequencies as opposed to just the general, audio level that we're pulling from the mic. Yeah, so it's a real simple way to kind of do this, but it works really well. Yeah, so check out the code. There's a nice walkthrough if you want to get a breakdown of all the things here. Liz did a great job commenting and breaking it down, so check it out. Any other questions before I jump into the CAD stuff?
Let's see. There was one more. Could these be daisy chained together if you had a male on one end, female on the other?
Yeah, you could daisy chain NeoPixels and separate them with a cable. Yeah, just connect the data out to the data in on the next strip. You could do that. Or you could have, different NeoPixel objects. Let's say you want to do one that just does highs and one that just does lows, then you would want to get a little bit more advanced there, but you could do it. All right, on the CAD portion, this is where you can download the source files. So if you want to modify this, you can edit this in whatever CAD package. We have a step file with the original bodies and components, sketches, and we also have a Fusion 360, which includes like a timeline and all that for the parametric stuff. We have the STLs as well. You can just download those. They're fairly small. You're going to need a printer with at least 120 by 120 by 100. So a small printer should be able to print these fine, as long as it's 150 millimeters, give or take. Now for the acrylic, it's kind of difficult to cut acrylic sometimes if you're not set up for it. You can just kind of score a piece and then cut it. So for that, we have this little PDF template that you can print out. So I figured I'd write the actual dimensions of the piece of acrylic just as a sanity check. When you print this out, you want to make sure it's not scaled when you're printing on paper. And then you want to follow those outlines. You want to cut inside the outline. I made that particular because sometimes when I'm making templates, I like to cut on the inside of the stroke, but you can change it up if you want. If you have a laser cutter, awesome, that's great. You could just throw this SVG in there and cut as many as you like. It's an SVG file, which is the most supported file format for laser cutters, I believe. So you can take that and cut as many as you want if you want to make many of them. Yeah. I put a little CAD animation together just to show how the pieces fit. So here it is, all the pieces. I kind of showed you live on the overhead, but here's how the pieces are fitted. You got the PDM mic secured with screws, the QT Py just snap fits, and then everything just kind of sandwiches together and does a 360 barrel and explodes again. All of these CAD files, like 3D models of the QT Py and the PDM microphone, are all available to download on our GitHub repo, and they're also linked in the respected Learn Guides of the product pages. So yeah. There's the QT Py design source. I always have a link here to our GitHub repo, and you can find here all the parts. The way that you can browse through them is use the product ID. That's what these numbers are 3 to 4 digit code. So if you want to just search for like the PDM mic, you just type in PDM mic, Control F. There it is, the PDM mic breakout, and there's a little GIF of it with the built-in JST connector and all that. So it's really helpful to have a 3D model of this so you can get an accurate representation of where you need to expose your microphone. And those mounting holes are awesome. I love me some mounting holes. So there you go.
Very satisfying animation, says Susan.
Yeah, sweet. They're my favorite. All right, I guess we'll run through the wiring real quick. We're just setting up the 4-pin cable. I don't want to call it a Stemma cable because we might get confused. So I got to call it a 4-pin JST-SH cable. You want to cut that, right? I'm using this cable with those male header pins. They're not actually used because you need to solder these wires into the pins. So I cut it down, and it should be about the length of the acrylic. So it's about 114 millimeters. First up, I like to wire the JST cable, the 4-pin cable, to the QT Py. So I got that there. Just a reference, like colors, red wire is voltage, ground is black, yellow is TX, and the blue wire is whatever data pin you want to use. In this case, A1. But I really like that the mic has you can easily disconnect it, so that's really fun. For the NeoPixel strip, you got to be particular on this one. 16 NeoPixels is what's used, so you want to triple, double count them when you're cutting it, and you want to locate where the data input is. A little bit difficult to see on these mini skinny NeoPixel strips, but you can just make out the arrow, and I kind of show you here. You can reference the capacitors and the pads to kind of figure out where your data in is. For wiring up the NeoPixel strip, I'm using a three wire ribbon cable. I like the 10 wire ribbon cable because you have 10 wires to play with, and you get the satisfaction of peeling it like string cheese, which is oddly satisfying. Yeah, so I soldered that up to the back of the NeoPixel strip. A little bit difficult to do that, but it just works out better for the assembly. Like once you're stuffing it in the case, it actually is better if your wires are soldered to the back of the pads as opposed to the front of the strip. So I have these little labels here. You can always click on a photo or right click on it, say open a new tab, and it'll open it in its original. You can go to the original size, which is crazy large. But yeah, you can see here that digital in is here, ground is up, 5 volts is down, and then when you flip it, it's reversed. Here's when you flip it. You can see 5 volts is up and ground is down. So again, that's just so that it's easier to fit in the case. And a little bit difficult. I mean, they're really, really small pads, but this is the highest density you can get for these mini skinnies.
Some good soldering practice.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to get even smaller?
No.
The ultra skinny.
Yeah, it's so small, like you have to like use the back and the front.
Yeah.
All right. Well, once
literally the power is right on top of
that's scary.
The ground on the other side.
Yeah. So be very delicate and intricate. Use tweezers. I recommend tweezers.
Yeah.
And helping third hands. All right. So once your NeoPixel strip is lined up or wired up, now you can wire it up to the QT Py. You're gonna have to share the ground pin because there's only one ground pin, but that's what you got. Wait. Yeah, there's only one ground pin, so you got to share that. But it's castellated pads, so there's plenty of room there.
It's actually two. You can fit two on there.
Could.
One on the outside, one on the inside.
The hole itself. Yeah. All right, then you wire check it, make sure it runs, plug it in, make sure it's taking the audio and everything's connected properly. Code should be already uploaded at this point. That's why we organize the pages that way. And the last page, stuffing it all in the case, the assembly page. You want to start with, I like to start with the PDM microphone, securing that with those M2.5 screws and some heck nuts. Really easy to mount that. Just follow the photos for the best orientation. Plug in the PDM mic, snap fit the QT Py. I've shown this before how to install it. You kind of flex it a little bit so that insert it at an angle at first to the back of those little corner nubs. So you fit the PCB under those little clips, and then once it's at an angle, you can use your other hand and your fingers to kind of slightly flex the cover so that the QT Py, the corners of them in the front can fit like such, like that. And that makes a really nice secure fitting. After that's installed, then you can start putting the LED acrylic into the case with the shiny side up and the matte side down. then the grid gets installed with the recesses facing up, because that is where the NeoPixels will rest. So then you want to wrap the NeoPixel strip on the back of the strip cover, then lay it down on those recesses in the grid, and then just, as you saw in the demo, just press that thing right in there. But make sure that the USB port is facing the use, because I have done that where I like put it in wrong, like darn it. And then again, I mean not again, but the last bit is to get the cover, just line up the cover so that the hole is lined up with the microphone. And you double check your USB-C port is there, and you're ready to rock. Plug it in, use a 5-volt power supply, and you're good to go. And that is the whole guide in a nutshell. Check it out. If you make one, please share it with us. We'd love to see your build or remix. That'd be really, really fun. So now I will. How did I do it?
Before you do that, Charles Beneford is saying that you could use the fast Fourier transform to get info for the EQ.
Oh, what?
Fast Fourier transform.
Wow. Yes, I hope to see more folks do excellent stuff with it.
Which is the CircuitPython library for, they call it FFT.
That's right. That is what is used in our LED matrix audio visualizer. Yeah. So you can
I was
check
trying
that out.
to
Yeah,
find that FFT in
Fast
the
Frontier.
learn. I think that's what Lamar wanted.
Yeah, it's called like audio visualizer. So you can,
Frontier. Oh, here is one that John made for the trellis for this guy here. I'm gonna link that, and then
oh, that's cool. Yeah, I never
Philip
seen that
made one. So Philip Guest
Yeah.
made one as well.
Yeah, this is our one. Phil B did one version of it, and Liz did another version of it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this is the water spectrum, waterfall stuff. So
I don't know why I couldn't remember to post that one.
Yeah,
Let me post links to all these.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was some FT example waterfall spectrum analyzer by Jeff Epler, and Liz adapted it to work on this particular hardware. This LED matrix is a 13:9 RGB. It looks really fun. Use your heat map. Codes. But this is documents as well. What's up?
What's the name of this?
Mini LED matrix audio visualizer. Colorful light audio spectrum.
There it is.
It's a really small one though. It's like smaller than, yeah, it's itty bitty, but it's really fun. We have this one in stock too, the LED matrix.
What's going on, Safari?
It's so slow. I don't use. I have to use Safari just because. Anyway, but any hoodle, you got options, and folks are starting to brainstorm, which I'd like to hear.
Some really cool ideas for this.
Yeah. Very, very cool. So you have plenty of fun audiovisual projects. New one added. Oh, cool. We also have a dedicated FFT guide, Fund with Frontier by Tony DeGola. So you can get a real deep dive on that if you want. Very cool. Yeah. All right, and that is the week's project. Any other comments and things, we'll catch those, but we're going to move on to what are you prototyping?
Let's see. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's prototyping.
All right, this week prototyping some fun new things.
All right, so Elgato released this really cool foot pedal that got PT's attention. And they're like, hey, go ahead and remake that. So this is a remake of the Elgato foot stop. What is the name of it?
Yeah, it's
no idea.
A foot controller.
Hold on, I got the website loaded up here because I'm straight up just copying the exact shape of it. Stream Deck pedal.
Stream Deck pedal.
Yeah.
Right, everything goes better with an audio.
Yeah, so this is just a foot pedal. We got 3 buttons on the inside. If we take a look on the inside, you can see that it has one of the little micro switches.
Yeah, these are fun.
Just attached to there, and there's going to be a QT Py inside here. Let me see if I can open this up without breaking anything.
You're good.
So a QT Py goes in there, and then we just have 3 switches on each side.
Right.
Got this nice little little divots that go on the little
the
hinges here.
Yes.
And one of the things that Noah figured out after creating one, I think you have it here somewhere from
that's
a couple
over
years ago, is that we don't even need a spring. It just rests right on top of that.
Yeah, the spring's built into the switch.
Yeah, exactly. So just using the pivoting on these, it'll just go on there and pivot right into the button. So that's the idea of it. That's I think it's like the second prototype forgot to add things like the holes for the USB cover, so when it goes down, it'll cover it. Yeah. And yeah, pretty much it. Figuring out like what decals or logos to put on there, and this will be just a nice little foot switch, which everybody in the house wants to use already. Like my wife is like, oh, this could be perfect for doing the stop and record buttons or taking pictures. So
yeah, hands-free.
Yeah, she's always doing something with her hands for nails and stuff, so you can't really go out and touch your phone while you're curing UV nails. So a nice simple way to have your phone or camera being activated by just having your foot. And what was cool, I don't know, the way that the marketing for the Elgato folks got it really down was just having the 3 buttons and all the different ways that you can use it for. So super cool way to have a hands-free actuators for your projects.
Right. Liz and I were chatting about it too. We're excited to try using this as a MIDI controller. So if you want to do like expressions, like I think it'd be cool to jam it out and doing velocity while I'm like doing a drum roll or doing some just activating different MIDI things, effects, obviously. But and then taking it from a music perspective, this would be a really cool add-on to whatever you're playing. So yeah.
Super cool. Yeah, so that'll be next week's project. And if you guys have any suggestions before, definitely incorporate any use cases you guys might have.
Yep.
Oh, that's not from the chat.
Yep.
Looking at the Slack, at the arcade button one, that's what I wanted to use, but I don't think it's ready yet.
What's that?
The arcade Stemma board.
Right. Yeah, that'd be cool to use that. But no, you have enough pins on the QT Py. I think the QT Py is a good choice for this. If it's going to be USB MIDI or USB HID, QT Py works really well because it's got all the built-in flash. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Mark Gambler's saying, yeah, really cool hidden mute unmute button for meetings. That's actually what Jeff was doing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean we have foot switches you can buy if you don't want to 3D print it.
Yeah, but you still, it's that's one of the things that Jeff was talking about. It's a little bit harder to stick one of those inside of the foot pedals that we have in the shop. I think it's like the metal one. You can do it. You just got to be, you got a tight space inside of there.
You cut stuff.
Yeah.
Foot switch.
But we do have a couple on Learn Guide. Just wanted to search for
foot
Learn switch. I think it's Safari.
It's Safari. It's like totally like Donskis. It's like, look, man, I don't know anything.
But that's what I'm prototyping.
It's literally Donskis. Look, it's like, dude, I don't know at all.
Yeah. Thanks, Safari. All right, moving on. Is that the only thing we want to show for prototyping?
I mean, I have the
really quick. We got 20 minutes. What do you think?
Yeah. I have this. I have a video of it, but so the zoetrope will be in the week after. But the latest update to the zoetrope is we took different pieces of acrylic. This is thinner, 1/8 inch acrylic. So we updated our top cover to have thinner acrylic. So that's nice. Also, we've added a ring encoder. So what does this ring encoder do? Well, on the build, Liz thought it'd be a really cool idea to add a photo interrupter. This is the photo interrupter, if you ever heard of these. It's a way to track speed of a motor without having any smarts. So without the motor having any smarts. So this, I don't have it here, but the encoder ring spins around and it tracks,
right here.
Which frame it's on. So just like this encoder is fitted for this thing, we've decided to use this guy and the ring on the outside to track how fast it's going, but also to change the NeoPixel color depending on what frame it's on. So that's really cool. This is the Crickit, by the way. This is the builds. You got your motor, your photo interrupter, and your NeoPixel LED. So here's what it looks like in action now. Wow. So as it's rotating now, the encoder ring is opening and closing, breaking the beam, as you were to say, of the photo interrupter, and that's how it knows when to change the color. So now we have a Party Parrot with rainbows, because that's how the original GIF is.
And this is a really cool way to do the acrylic animation. You always see these,
Right,
but
yeah.
this is a really cool way to
Yeah,
have
see
it
it in motion like that.
have the color
Yeah.
adding to the motion.
Yeah, so it's really, really fun. And that will be 2 weeks from now.
Super
So
cool.
that is the update to the Party Parrot zoetrope. We got some smarts. It's a smart parrot. Very cool. Code.list, if I didn't mention.
Of course.
Yeah. And that is this week's prototype.
Awesome.
And we got those 2 fun ones.
One last comment that I came in regarding the pedal. A really good idea by Yanni, saying that he uses it for pasting and
that's
copying.
great.
Yeah. That's a really good idea. There's always a time where I have to copy and paste stuff.
I'm seeing solder paste, but okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Copy paste works too.
Okay.
But yeah, if you're doing surface mount soldering and you're applying paste, like a foot switch would be a really nice way to do it.
All right, cool. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's community makes.
Yay! Community make time. All right. Every week we find a fun model from the community and 3D print it. This week it's this fun Fractal star, print and place Fractal Fidget star by Chuuck Hilliard.
It's made the rounds with the inclusion of the quantum filament, which is that 2-color extruded filament. It looks super cool when you're spinning it around. It looks like it's changing colors from gold and purple here. This is from Matterhackers, and I think 3D Jake has the same colors that you can check out. This is super cool.
It's fun.
Visually
optical
mesmerizing.
Yes.
I really like how you can do the different angles of the pushing that out, and the other thing I show there is that little part right there where you're spinning each of the smaller star sections.
Yeah, let's see how it
So mesmerizing. Yeah, it's like a joystick. It's so cool. There's no useful, not useful at all, just for fidgeting around. And I love the sound that it creates. Hours of fidget fun. And let me put a link here to that. I think
That's
that one
purple.
comes off.
No, it's gold.
I know, it's so cool to be able to do that. We talked about the quantum filament a couple of weeks before. This is one of the things that works really well on, where it's like straight lines.
Yeah, you can
And
still pop
even
up.
this looks really cool. You can kind of see that it doesn't have as much twisting as it does with the organic bodies, like we were showing, where it like leaks all over the geometry.
Super fun. Super geometric. Let's take a look at the Thingiverse page. If I can pull it up, grabbing the link. It's on Thingiverse.
Yeah, so some people were asking, where can you get the column part? If you check out the profile page for Chuuck, he has them all listed there. There's a couple different sizes. There's like a 5-point, 8-point, different stars that you can pick from. He has a bunch of other really cool designs as well. Should have had this loaded. Oh, there it is. That is the column that you're using right there.
This one?
Yep. And a couple of other different designs.
What about the twirly, twisty one?
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's not it? It must be in the thing files. Yeah, there's several different. It's like a unicorn, horn. Yeah, all of them are all listed there.
Okay.
The only thing that makes
Good
it, kind of jarring is like, oh no, there's no photos of it. No, there's renders of it.
Yeah. That's cool.
But he shows you there how well those are built.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally mesmerizing.
You're gonna want to use the vase, or is it
So I used vase mode, and one without vase mode. You can hear the difference.
What?
Had a little bit more like the deeper.
hear the difference.
You don't hear it? I mean, you can kind of see it in terms of the.
The thickness?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. This is thinner.
Mhm. So the vase mode is going to be thinner, and then this is thicker. It has like 3 perimeters, so one right in the center, and then the other 2 outer ones.
Okay.
But yeah, nice. I'm sure there's some sort of useful way for it, like how we're using it, like joysticks here. I'm sure there's something that you can do that's useful beyond just having it be a mesmerizing fidget.
Cool. All right. Well,
Check it out. Nice little way to test your tolerances and all that good stuff. And your bed adhesion for such a small little footprint in terms of the thickness of each line.
I have a link to the filament from Matterhackers.
Yeah, I was gonna
just
go
go to
grab that.
Matterhackers, search for it there. I'll go ahead and just bring it up real quick, just for folks to know. Again, this filament is super cool. It's not dual extruded. It's just the way the filament is made. It has two tones to it, so when you print it, it has this cool kind of iridescent effect. So there's a couple different colors to choose from. We use this purple gold filament here. Get it in both diameter sizes, and it's used to be $42. Now it's $37. Pedro, what's up with that?
What happened?
It used to be $42. Now it's $37.
Oh, I mean, it could be it's on sale now, and it's like more expensive than it was before. I don't know. But you can see here a lot of the geometry they're using. Yeah, you can see here how it leaks kind of in organic models.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out.
Lots of questions here. Do you have a filament profile?
It's the same as PLA.
No, we didn't change
It's like the
anything.
silky stuff.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Alright.
All right. Let's take a look at some makes that were sent to us. We have some fun ones this week.
Very
All right,
current
folks.
one.
Get ready. All right. We have our first make. Wait, this was from last week.
I was going to
wasn't
say, I thought we showed the Tuscan.
it? Then why is it out of date? Oh, it's a remix. Sorry.
Ah. Oh, this is the one. Okay, so
Yeah, so somebody...
it's a little mix up with the amount of fins that were on.
Yeah, I thought it was 4 fins, but this person said it's 3, so I made it 3. Which is great, because in Fusion, you could just type in 3 for the circular pattern, and it works really well. So Ed Johnson went ahead and updated it so that it has the 3 fins, printed all the pieces, and it looks fantastic. Posted up as a remix.
How cool.
And I guess there's a YouTube video. I didn't even see. We'll have to share this on the blog.
Oh, nice.
No, let's see if I can
Oh,
make
I
it
didn't realize
bigger.
he made a whole video.
Me neither. That's great. Yeah, look at that. Includes a secret compartment.
Nice.
Yes.
Ah.
Want pics. That's funny.
This is awesome.
Womp rat stuck between your teeth. This is hilarious.
I thought they were eating
Nice job.
scurriers.
And womp rats. You eat what you can take in the desert, man. Yeah.
There's more meat on
I'm gonna
it.
have to reprint mine with 3 fins. It looks great. Thanks to Adafruit. Yeah, of course. Thank you for sharing it.
No womp
crap.
rats were harmed.
Yeah.
making
So
this.
shout out to Ed Johnson for just being awesome and putting that up there. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, I love how Prusa allows you to color your model assemblies.
Mhm.
So here, Ed put this, colored all the STLs and brought it in here, so you get a really nice. Like, this is way
Wow.
better than any of the other
Well,
CAD
all,
things. It's almost like
you
Fusion.
imagine. Remember,
Imagine did
allowed
that.
you
Yeah,
to
maybe this is
do
the same
assemblies
sort of
and-
thing. Solid. What else can you do?
Yeah, remember
kinda
it allowed you
rotate
to
it.
change the colors and then like.
Yeah, and it's a 3MF, so that's what it's allowing you to do that.
Oh, people are saying that the full screen video did not show.
Really? Wait. Sorry. It's in Ed's post here, so we'll be sure to post it up. Okay. Trust me, it was cool. All right. So shout out to Ed for their Tuscan Chief Staff remix. All right, next up, we got another one here. This is another remix, I believe. If you have a feather and you want to make a generic enclosure, we have a little feather case. And now it's been remixed to work with a USB-C port. So this is one of the RP2040 feathers, I believe. This was posted up by Maker714 on Thingiverse. Says it's a remix of the feather, no tab case with an updated USB-C port to replace the micro USB port on the previous feather boards. Very, very nice. This predates, 2017. It predates some of the feathers, but nonetheless, good to see folks updating, remixing it. Okay. And this is another huge, awesome remix build by SKK. Posted up their build of the Dark Saber.
Nice.
This is epic. It's bigger, longer blade. So there's a hole right up here, and it shows, kind of walks you through all the steps of how they put theirs together. They printed the smaller blades, I believe, but also made it bigger, right? Venturing into electronics and programming, walks through wiring and everything. This is really cool. It's like their own build log of them building it. Here's the when they get the circuit up and running. It feels so gratifying to get your circuit and testing it out right before fitting everything into the blade. It's like really fun. Wow. It's so epic to see that. All your efforts, like when it turns on and it works, it's like, adrenaline. And then building the full-size blade, so he walks through his post-processing.
He did some post-processing on it.
Ba-bam. I think it's post-processed. But here's they remixed it with a bigger blade. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. Mine's only 2. This is 5 seconds, so it's a lot longer. And super easy to adapt, I guess, in CAD. And here is the longer blade turning on. Super long video. Portrait mode. Looks great.
Oh, I mean, it's portrait mode is kind of made for
So this is really cool. So it's been reinforced with polycarbonate on the outside. So you can see here that these pieces, you can get them built by Pinocchio or whoever else to laser cut them for you. That's kind of how I started out. I was hoping to make it out of acrylic, but I ended up printing the blade. But acrylic side panels works really well too. Yeah, that's really cool to reinforce it. And here's a couple different colors, shot, and that's it. Yay, this is the way. Build it yourself. Very, very cool. I wanted to show real quick the latest updates to my Dark Saber, maybe, if folks want.
Yeah. It's very
all I did
current.
was I printed it with glitter filament. That's all I've done differently. So it looks great. Like the handle looks great in glitter. You can see there. You get lots of texture to something that otherwise looked really, really dull. I still like that black LED button. What else can I say about it? Yeah, it's very, very fun.
Print one today.
Yeah, make yours today. Make any modifications. Okay, I'll put it away.
I know we were watching episode 6 before the show started.
We were like, oh my god,
yeah.
So much of somebody.
Yeah.
That's why we put Grogu up there. We're like, oh my gosh. So let's finish the show so we can watch the rest of it. Okay, so huge shout out again to SKK for posting this up on their blog. I'm gonna post this up as well on the Adafruit blog because this is fantastic.
I've got like 5 minutes to go through this kind of quick. We got the 16x16 NeoPixel matrix display make.
Yep. So if you want to make yourself one of these lovely displays in the background here, you can make one too. We didn't do a learn guide on it, but we do have the 3D models available. Thingiverse is an awful site. It's an awful site. I'm so sorry. What are they going to come at me? Nobody works there. I'm just kidding. I'm so bad right now. It's just that I can't share it. I have to like pre-record these now. All right, it loaded. Calm down. Everybody's fine. So
that looks amazing.
Here's I am Burr's. I'm Burr. Here's Imber. Thingiverse user Imber posted this up, and that's their make of like. Look at the image. Like, is it?
Looks like it's a fire.
Yeah, it looks really cool on fire. Cool. Excellent. Yeah. So if you want to make your own, you can make one of these 16x16 square pixel displays with black LED acrylic. Very nice. Sorry, I'm trash talking Thingiverse. I apologize. That is not the way. It's trash talking Thingiverse.
And then last up is this really cool Highland Shield.
Shield posted by 3D Print. Novisha. printed in one piece.
Wow.
Looks fantastic.
I need to attempt to do that again.
Yeah, on the enders. Are you kidding me? That looks great.
Wow.
Probably some supports at the top and see if there's any comments. No, but it was a great post. Ours was printed in 2 pieces on the Type A machines back in the day. But this is cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Some
And
painting
while we're
on
here
that.
on the website, on Prison Printers, I'm on level 16.
What? What's the highest level
I
people
don't
have gotten
know,
to?
but I really want to get me like a hat or a hoodie. And I encourage folks to post makes and comments and all sorts of fun things.
If they just want to send us one, hey, size
hey,
small.
I'm promoting you every week. I'm just kidding, folks. Yeah, Prison Printers is a great site. Check it out if you potentially can earn some cool stuff. And
Sweet.
it was, I'll tell you, one site. Anyway, I'm done.
All right, that's it.
That's
We're going
this
to be
week.
hosting show and tell later tonight.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody posting their makes, by the way. Really, really appreciate it. It just makes our day when folks stop a make. It's so cool.
It makes us feel like, hey, the thing works.
The thing works and people are doing it. Post it up if it doesn't work too. We can fix it.
We'll try to fix it.
Yeah. So this week we're hosting show and tell. So we're hosting it tonight. So we invite you to come on 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's when we do the show and tell. I'll drop a link in the Discord chat room so folks can join in. We'll have some special guests from DigiKey and maybe more.
Yeah.
But don't forget, I forgot. Today at 3 p.m. is a special hack chat on Hackaday with Adafruit, Team Adafruit, talking about floppy drives and their progress in CircuitPython and their journey.
Yeah, so cool. We've got Jeff, Lamar, and Phil on there talking about how to copy that floppy
Yeah, so
for preservation.
Adafruit will be live streaming, but it will be done through a text-based chat through the Hackaday website.
We'll still be streaming.
We'll still be streaming.
The text chatting will be streamed as well on
Right.
our channels all over.
Yeah, but look at this fantastic photo by Phil.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Definitely tune in for that. Lots of
Yes.
cool insights in that.
Yeah,
And then
so
later
3
tonight,
hours.
and then later tonight, like we were saying, we'll be hosting show and tell. Come on, stop by, get on the Discord at discord.gg/Adafruit, where we'll post the StreamYard link for that. You can come on and show off your awesome project.
Awesome. Intergalactic, planetary.
And then right after that, Ask an Engineer with Lamar and Phil at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Going to look at all of the cool stuff going on in the background and new products. Looks like we got some new solar panels in the shop. Super cool.
Yeah, I forgot to share on Shop Talk. Do you want to do it real quick or save it for next week?
Yeah, we got 2 minutes.
All right, we'll share it for next week. But thanks to everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate you folks joining on live and folks on the archive.
Don't forget the other shows. Tomorrow we got John Park's workshop.
Every Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
We have a deep dive with Scott.
Yeah.
I think he's already announced it, but pretty soon too. We'll have Tim, Foamy guy, who will take over for Scott.
I don't know if he's gonna take over, but it'll be a
Well,
lovely addition.
Well, he's
to
gonna
this
go
time
on
slot.
vacation for a little bit, and that is
cool.
when he will fill in Scott's shoes for some awesome streaming. CircuitPython does that on his own channel right now. If you guys want to check that out,
Please subscribe to Foamy Guy on YouTube.
getting in the weeds of some
Yeah.
projects as he makes them.
Yeah, I was watching him work on a Winamp
Yeah.
for CircuitPython on the Pi Portal.
So cool.
Super dope. All right, well, that's going to do it for this. Wait, did we do all the things?
Then on
Mondays,
the
CircuitPython
weekend
meeting.
is Desk of a Lady Ada, usually on Sundays around 8 to up to like midnight. The start time, not that long.
That's right. Mondays, CircuitPython meetings every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
And then
Tuesdays is JP's product pick of the week every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
you got to tune in live to get those 50% off
Dude,
and
this
discount
week
codes.
was huge. It was a $6 Feather RP2040.
You can't find that anywhere.
Like the freaking Pico is like $5, and it doesn't have any of the goods like built-in lipo charging and anyway. So yeah, shout out to John. By the way, it's John's birthday.
Oh yeah. Happy birthday, John.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like do a little birthday tune.
Serenade.
So I'm gonna have to do something on the. Don't tell John. I'm gonna do a special little song for him. But that's how we do it here at Adafruit. Thank you everybody so much for joining us. We hope to see you tonight. If not, until then, until next time, good luck with all your maker endeavors, and remember,
Make
to
a great
make
day.
a great day.
See you later at night.
Bye, folks. Here's some music.